Friday at Dell Diamond Stadium in Round Rock, Texas, as the CrossFit competition continues here at the 2023 Rogue Invitational. The men are done. The women are up next in the seat at the bar. Thanks for being with us, everybody. I'm Sean Woodland alongside Adrian Conway. Kiki Dixon is down on the field. Second event here for the women, presented by Beyond the Whiteboard. It's seat at the bar. Overall standings after last night's opening event, Texas Heavy. The champ is back. Tia Toomey doing Tia Toomey things. Dominated Texas Heavy last night. She sits in first place overall with 100 points. Gabby McGowan took second for 95 points, followed by Emily Rolfe. Your defending champion, Laura Horvath, takes fourth, and then Emma Lawson takes fifth. Seat at the bar, 2 movements, and it is a much faster test than we saw last night in that long grind to Texas Heavy.
Hey, much faster, Sean. It's going to be a 9-minute cap, and it's a couplet. These athletes are going to be making their way through 15 log muscle-ups into 5 back squats, and it's at 260 pounds for these women. Back for 10 log muscle-ups, back for another 5, and they're going to finish with 5 log muscle-ups through the 5 more back squats and then run through that finish line.
First of 2 heats for the women. 10 women will be on the field for each heat. You saw Bethany Flores getting ready. We're going to keep an eye on her in this event. Danny Spiegel down there in lane 8, someone who can move this weight as well. Shelby Neal in lane 4, one of the smaller athletes that's competing here. Shouldn't have much trouble with the bar muscle-ups, with that heavy barbell could be a problem.
Now, Sean, these first log muscle-ups for these women is going to be telling. We watched almost every single athlete last year do singles, aside from Emma Lawson. So to see already we've got a few athletes taking on more than one at a time is a good sign. They've been practicing, they've got exposure. They learned from last year.
The rep scheme is a little bit different for the women than it was for the men. They will start with 15 muscle-ups on this log. Still 5 back squats, but now the weight on the barbell goes to 260 pounds, and Shelby Neal is among the leaders here, along with Christine Kohlenbrander and Paige Semenza.
We talk about the different styles of log muscle-ups that we'll see. While most of the women are now down to doing singles one at a time, some of them are using a more exaggerated glide kip where most of their body comes underneath the log and they use their full body swing and momentum to help generate power vertically. And then others are staying tighter. What we saw a lot of the men athletes do in heats 1 and 2 of their version of seat at the bar, which allowed them to condense sets and do more reps together.
9-minute time cap. There's Christine Kohlenbrander, who has 1 rep remaining and will be the first woman back to the back squat. So her first set of 5 here at 260 pounds for Christine Kohlenbrander.
Now, there's one guess we're going to make here, Sean. She's going to make light work of this barbell. So for the fact that she got through those log muscle-ups as smoothly as she did there on round 1, it could be a bad sign to the rest of the field here.
Not the best start of the competition for Kohlenbrander. Finished 17th last night in Texas Heavy. And this is her first individual appearance at the Rogue Invitational. Back in 2019, she was on a team. It was the first year that we had the Rogue Invitational. As Paige Semenza puts her belt on. Kyra Milligan on the far side of the field. She's also onto her back squats as Kohlenbrander is done. Lauren Fisher. In the middle of the screen is Bethany Flores. She's in the red shorts, and we'll see if she makes an attempt at this weight. We heard earlier that this might be an event that she just tries to get the minimum work requirement, just gets through the muscle-ups and doesn't make an attempt on the back squats. She's talking things over with her judge right now.
Yeah, for people that might not be in the know, Bethany Flores has battled back injuries for the last 2 seasons. She had to completely sit out the previous year of competition due to that setback, and she really wants to be true to herself as an athlete and make sure that she's supporting her performance, not just for the Rogue Invitational, but for the rest of the season and years to come, and put herself in the best situation possible to stay healthy.
Christine Kohlenbrander is the only woman, now the second woman back on her second set of bar muscle-ups. Is down in lane 1. Left side of your screen, that's Kyra Milligan. who sits in second place. Lauren Fisher has just finished her set of 5 back squats, and she'll be starting her second set of bar muscle-ups. There is Kyra Milligan. This is also her first career appearance at the Rogue Invitational. Competed on the CrossFit Games on a team with Mayhem Independence. They finished 7th back in August.
And as we watch Kyra work through these log muscle-ups, we know that she is one of the strongest athletes in the field when it comes to external loading. And we wondered where the skill set would be limited perhaps there with the log muscle-ups. She shows that she's making good work of them.
Kohlenbrander going through her second set of 5 back squats at 260 pounds. Middle of your screen there on the bottom now is Bethany Flores in the red shorts. She unloaded the bar, did a couple reps, sort of flexed for the crowd, and got a big applause. So she's still trying to find a way to have some fun despite the fact that she will not be advancing in this event. She'll have the rest of the competition to compete, but she's done right now for the event as Kyra Milligan will start her second set of back squats at 260 pounds.
Making light work of that 260. Just a very steady tempo, not needing to pause much between the repetitions. She shows that she's certainly got the lower body power and strength to handle a heavy weight like that.
45 total repetitions in this event, and Christine Kohlenbrander now has one last muscle up before going back to the barbell.
She's really put on a tremendous example of how to pace this and meet yourself where you're at. You know, if you're gonna delegate to doing single repetitions on a movement, you've really got to create a rhythm that forces you to get back up on that log as soon as possible, and she's done a great job of that.
Christine Kohlenbrander coming off her career best finish at the CrossFit Games as an individual. She took 22nd in Madison, Wisconsin. As Kyra Milligan now has 3 reps remaining on her final set of bar muscle-ups. Kohlenbrander now with 1 rep remaining. Christine Kohlenbrander is done, and she is going to take the opening heat for the women and seat at the bar. 5:50.11 seconds for Kohlenbrander.
6 minutes on the clock, 3 minutes remaining.
Kyra Milligan and Lauren Fisher, your next 2 women to finish here, as Milligan has 5 reps remaining. Paige Semenza is fighting Fisher for 3rd place right now in the heat. And there goes Kyra Milligan.
What a great feeling there for Kyra, a redemption from the way that she finished last night's run there on Texas Strong. I think that's a great way to start momentum for herself here as we enter the next 3 days of competition.
And 19th place last night in Texas Heavy for Kyra Milligan. Lauren Fisher looking to be the next woman to finish, along with Paige Semenza.
Yeah, we can see from this overhead view there are some athletes that are starting to tremendously slow down the tempo of their squat out of the hole. The weights are getting a little sticky. They've got to be mindful. You can't afford to fail a repetition. Sean, if that bar hits the ground, they've got to deload it, get it back to its position, and that pretty much means the workout's over for them at that point.
Paige Semenza on the right, Lauren Fisher on the left. This is the race for 3rd place right now. Shelby Neal is in there as well. She's in the middle in the green pants, and it's going to be Paige Semenza off first. She's going to take 3rd place in the heat, and now a foot race between Neal and Fisher, and Neal's going to get there. Came up a little gimpy there at the end, but was able to get through the finish line ahead of Lauren Fisher. What a great result for Shelby Neal here. Manon Enganez hoping to be the next woman across the finish line. She's there at the top of your screen going through her back squats. That's the final rep for Manon.
Towards that finish line, just past the 8-minute mark.
Elena Karatala Sanahuya your leader on the field at this point. She's out of lane 9, also on her final set of back squats. Danny Spiegel getting to the barbell for the final time as well.
And she got it. Elena couldn't take too long because we know Spiegel was going to get through those 5 relatively quickly. She was able to hold her off there.
Karatala Sanahuya coming across. So Danny Spiegel is now done, and Spiegel is in. Karin Freyova is on the barbell for the second time. She still has her final set of bar muscle ups. She's now on the right side of your screen next to Bethany Flores. And that will do it. It's going to be Christine Kohlenbrander. 5 minutes, 50.11 seconds. The only woman in this heat to go sub-6. Looking to move up the overall standings after that 17th place finish last night in Texas Heavy.
Yeah, great execution here by Christine on seat at the bar. We talked about how important it is to meet yourself where you're at. Well, she did just that. She did singles on the log muscle-ups. She knows she wasn't going to link any together, but she made the most of the capacity that she had. She didn't rest long in between repetitions, and she had the continued ability to move at a steady clip. She knew that this movement, this back squat was going to be a strength for her. So the whole goal in her mind, I would imagine, was to transition from that log to the back squat as quickly as possible and make steady work of each 5, knowing that this was the more secure movement of the 2. And she had a great finish. She led pretty much the entire way and held on all the way through the end. That's going to be a tough time to beat.
5:50.